Hey everybody, it's Dr. Sasheen, take 2. So my initial video was going to be about something that happened, and I decided, honestly, I don't really care. So I decided to go back to what was going to be Teaching Tuesday and really focus there, because what happens is that we get so caught up in the idea that something else is more important than the goals that we have set for ourselves, that we begin to set our goals aside thinking that we'll come back to them and we'll get back to it and we get back to it. And one of the places that you see this happening is in social media. And because in social media, the idea of being social is really important, right? Because in this day and age, we are more connected than ever through our phones, our computers. Even in a public space, you're less likely to make eye contact with someone as you are getting their attention by sending them a tweet on their phone and saying, hey, look up. And because we are more likely to get drawn into the need to be social on social media or in other various ways, what we're forgetting and what we're doing is we are putting things to the side consistently and allowing ourselves to labor under the illusion that we are being productive and correct when we're just really being social. And there's nothing wrong with being social. In fact, I encourage people to be as social as they can, within reason, as long as it's not detrimental to what you're trying to accomplish. So it's a bad connection here today. Let me give you an idea what I'm talking about here. So, excuse me, for the most part, research is pretty conclusive at this point. We're spending anywhere from 4 to 6 hours on social media, which means with the advent of smart televisions and computers and phones, like, we're always in some ways connected to the interwebs. And in those connections, we're connecting in social media platforms with other people, whether that's WhatsApp, Facebook, Tinder, Vimeo, like YouTube, Instagram, Pinterest. It doesn't matter. And we are constantly being social, quote unquote, in social media. Here's the problem. It's taking a lot of our time to be social because we have to actually do a lot more work to be social now. We have to take a picture, post it, make a comment, make a tweet, make a like, hit a pin, to the point where we are forgetting all the things that we still need to take care of that are just kind of getting set to the side. And a great example of this is when we are trying to chase a dream and we're trying to chase a goal, and we bought into the idea, and it's not a bad idea to buy into, though. We've bought into the idea, I'm doing it right now, that social media is going to allow us to chase that goal and that dream to its extent even faster than normal. I mean, with the advent and explosion of online education, we can see this idea taking real root. The idea that you can power through a 4-year degree in almost 2.5 or 3 if you do online education, because you can work at your own pace. Classes are encapsulated for you in an 8-week session, and you can just go and get all you need and be done at your own speed. And because we've decided and we've said your life can speed up exponentially by using all the tools and new ideas that are present because of our access to the interwebs, what we're forgetting and what's getting lost in the shuffle is that more and more people aren't actually achieving those things because they're being sucked into the fact that social media is designed to be social. And because we want to be social, we're not in fact powering through to our dreams faster. We're actually starting to slow down because there's so many places you need to be social. You need to get stuff done. You need to be present to reach people because you don't reach them in the normal ways, that we're burning ourselves out running after social media in an attempt to make social media work for us. 2 things I want to say about this. Number 1, this is not going to change. It's simply not. If you are trying to achieve a goal or a dream in 2019 and you are not figuring out where you need to be expending your social media bucks, then you're just spinning your wheels. Number 2, social media is now our really great go-to excuse for why we're not getting anything done, right? It's the place where we can legitimately say, but I need to be out here on Instagram and Facebook and Pinterest and this, that, to grow my business, when in fact, hey Belinda, when in fact we're not growing our businesses at all. We're spending a lot of time playing around on social media under the pretense that perhaps if I just play out here long enough, people will notice who I am or what I'm doing, and they will in fact buy my product, buy my service, buy my idea, invest in my company, invest in my business. And so in fact, because we have decided to be so social about everything, we are forgetting that we aren't actually reaching our goals anymore. So there are a lot of people that I am talking to on a daily basis inside social media, And what I'm hearing a lot of people do is the same thing that we used to do in real life, right? Except without the actual social interaction. We're going out into social media and we're sitting in the virtual coffee shop or the virtual bookstore and we're reading the books off the shelves, and then we're putting the book back on the shelf and we're not doing anything with the book. We're collectors of information, and social media has made it really easy to collect a lot of information. We collect a ton of information now. Information that we used to be able to filter a little bit better, because when you were physically going places, you could only collect a certain amount of information at a time. With social media, you are literally an avalanche of information can come at you all day long, and if you're unable to compartmentalize your priorities, you will never achieve the things that you want to achieve, because your life can literally be sucked in. I'm not bashing social media. I love social media. I think it's awesome and I think it's fantastic, and I will continue to use it to grow my life and my business. But I'm also aware that the idea of the imposter syndrome, of feeling like you don't have enough information, of feeling like you don't know enough to have your voice heard in a meaningful way, is only getting worse as social media replaces the coffee shop, as it replaces the library connection, or as it replaces the bumping into someone in the grocery store and chatting and having a conversation. And so as you think about how you want to move forward, and as you think about how you want to grow and who you are and what you want to accomplish, ask yourself, what are you using social media for? Do you have a plan to use social media that actually will impact your business and your life in a way that makes sense to you? And if you are spending 4 to 6 hours a day of your life on social media, is it working you, or are you working it? And that's a really important question to ask yourself, because this train called social media and the interwebs is not going away. More and more folks are coming online all the time, and more platforms are going to be introduced in the next 5 years. And you've got to decide, if you really want to be heard above the noise, how are you going to stand out? That's Teachable Tuesday. This is Dr. Sasheen. I will talk to you soon. If you have not signed up yet for the Imposter Syndrome Workshop, it is in 2 days. The first class is in 2 days. And yeah, hit the event link, I think it's that way, and get yourself signed up. Otherwise, I will see you soon. Take care, everybody. Bye now.